Hear my dog snoring? Hold on. He's gonna ruin this video. But I can't disturb him. Hey guys, it's Lika. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my July wrap up. I've read 11 books in July. Well, I'm sorry, I read 10 and I'm reading my 11th book and I will be finished with it before July is over. I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into it. This month I read The Heir and the Crown. I got them from my local library and then I ended up having to finish listening to them as an audiobook. I was still currently moving and I couldn't renew them anymore. So I found the audiobook here on YouTube and just finished listening to them. They're really quick. They're really cute. Now, I didn't like them as much as the first trilogy for the Selection series, but I thought it was pretty cool to see Edelyn grow up to, you know, become the princess and the queen that she did. And who she ended up picking at the end was such a surprise. It really was. I'm also currently reading The Siren by Kiera Cass. Now, I know a lot of people either love it or hate it. So far, I'm really liking it. But once this is finished, this will be in my 11th book. And I would have officially read every book by Kiera Cass, I think. I like it so far. It's about a girl who was rescued by the ocean and sirens to rescued from drowning. She has to give 100 years of her life in servitude to the ocean by drowning people. It's to feed the ocean and then the ocean feeds the earth. So it's kind of like the big circle of life. She hates doing it and she's 80 years into her servitude and she only has 20 years to go, and then she meets the love of her life and she has to decide if she wants to let him go or if she's going to try to like play sneaky and see if she can get out of her contract early. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this. I also read The Path of Swords by Martin Swinford. He's an indie author and I reached out to him and asked if I could read his book for him. He ended up giving me a free copy of it as a PDF and it was a short book. I'm not really going to talk about the book because I'm going to do a separate video for that for him. The next book I read was Confess by Colleen Hoover. Now I am going to do a book talk about this. It was my very first Colleen Hoover book. I got it from my local library and it's about a guy who falls in love with a girl that she knew when he was younger and she doesn't remember him. She lost her boyfriend or her very first like love of her life to cancer at 15. He ends up being, you know, the next person she ends up falling in love with, and he's cool because he paints these pictures by people's confessions. Like they would shove them like in like the mail slot of his door. He would pick them up, save them all, get inspired by one and paint a picture of it. And he had like an art gallery once a month and just sold his paintings that way. And she meets him because she needs a little bit of extra work, and so she kind of helps him out with the art gallery. There was some kind of like insta love going on there that I really don't like in novels. I don't like the whole insta love thing. It's just the trope that I see too often. I don't want to go much into the book without spoilers. Just be on the lookout for my book talk later on. Next thing I read was The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. This is my favorite book this year so far. If you've been around, you know that the past few videos I've been raving about this book. I'll go ahead and I'll link my review for it on the screen. Winter Song by S.J. Jones. This wasn't a bad book. I read this for my friend's reading group. I'll go ahead and I'll link her Facebook page in the description box, but this is about the Goblin King, and I'm also not going to go into it very much because I also did a review for it. You can check it out. I'll link it on screen. The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I was not a fan of Throne of Glass at all. I really wanted to enjoy it, and it was such a disappointment for me. I'll link that shit review that I did for it on the screen. I still wanted to give the series a chance. Like the prequel of what happened to Selena before she was captured. I enjoyed this. I did. There's 5 stories in here, and I enjoyed each one. I did go through this book a lot more slowly because I started reading it in like June, and then I didn't finish it until after we got here in July. Despite the fact that I read it more slowly, I wanted to take my time with it and enjoy each novella as I finished it, and I was able to enjoy the book more. Now, I really want to read Crown of Midnight to see if I enjoy that too, to give the series more of a chance. But I'm afraid that if I read it way too soon that I'm not going to enjoy it, so I probably won't get into that for another month maybe. If you guys have any advice for me about reading the Throne of Glass series, let me know. I really want to enjoy the series, and I hated the first book. This one was okay, it did better. I got to see her be more of an assassin in this book. I just really, really hope I like the series as a whole, so just pray for me. Then I read this bind up. It's the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy, and it includes The Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han. This was super, super cute. I ended up buying one of these and sending it to my friends so we could buddy read it together. It's a really fast book, and the best part about it is that it's floppy. It's a floppy read, so that way you don't break the spines. As you can see, the spine is not broken, and it's a pretty big book. It's about like 900 and some pages, almost 1,000, and I really enjoyed this series. It's about a girl named Belly. Well, her name's Isabel, but they call her Belly, and she is in love with two brothers that she's known all her life, and she has to choose which of the brothers that she connects to the most. I'm not really a big fan of love triangles, but it worked in this book. It ate it up. I really want to do a book talk about these books, and if you're interested in seeing that, then just let me know in the comment section. I just finished reading Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson, and this is about Tiger Lily and Peter Pan. They were in love before Wendy Darling came along, and it tells her story, and like, not really like her side of the story really, just more about Tiger Lily, where she comes from, what kind of person she is, how she fell in love with Peter Pan, and it's just like a whole new take. Wendy in this story isn't really like a good guy, but she's not really a bad guy either. She's just like the girl that steals the boyfriend, and I'm not sure she meant to do it intentionally, but she did. But I don't really see her as like a good character in the book because I was rooting for Tiger Lily the whole time. I really recommend it to anybody who wants to read it, and if you want to see a book talk for this, then just let me know in the comments because I am ready to film it. Thank you all for watching my July wrap up. I read 11 books this month. How many have you read? Let me know. And if you like this video, then please leave me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more videos from me. And I'll see you all in the next video.